Champagne Friday. Can you hear the birds? Oriole, nightingale, actually, the first one I hear this year. Ooh. Ah, beautiful, of course. We only do beautiful champagne hikings, and if it's not cars or aeroplanes that are taking over the sound picture, I'm okay when it's birds. Beautiful. Hope you hear them. We don't know if the quality is good enough. But what are we doing here? Weather-wise, 14 degrees, after rain, as so many times in Sweden this late spring or beginning of the summer. It should be beginning of the summer, but it's not really there. It's green, it's lush, it's beautiful. And for olfactory, poetic people like us, it's a wonderful time to be, because there's so many beautiful things in the air that you can sense with the smell and with your eyes. But it's a little bit chilly, and you don't want to wear things like this in the summer. Anyway, Blanc de Noirs hiking. Blanc de Noirs, 3 Blanc de Noirs. What is Blanc de Noirs? Blanc de Noirs is champagne coming from the black grapes. Normally 100% Pinot Noir, but it could be 100% Pinot Meunier or a mix of them. Historically, it took such a long time before the Champenois really wanted to serve Blanc de Noirs. They felt that they were too heavy, too cumbersome, too much lacking the freshness as an aperitif or for dessert, which used to be the way people drank champagne before. But with a more gastronomic touch and with modern vinification, a lot more people understand that Blanc de Noir could be heaven under certain circumstances. So I brought 3 new ones, as I always do, almost all the time, trying to find new ones that I had never tasted before. Soret-Deveaux, a new producer for me. I don't know anything. I read, of course, but it's a producer. Basically, most of the champagnes are ecological, and most of the champagnes are Pinot Noir driven, because they're coming from Aube, Côte-de-Bar, and the village of Colombey-le-Sec. Very small production, very determined to make a difference in the champagne world. Charpentier, a producer I tasted many times, and for many years quite boring, from a simple terroir, Charlie-sur-Marne in the Marne Valley, not close to Paris, but on the way to Paris at least, far away from the best villages in the Marne Valley. But they are changing. They have turned up everything. They have changed so many things with a new generation, which is something that you see all the time. The parents were a little bit lazy, doing the same stuff as they always did, but starting with Anselme Salos in Avis, and then so many others are turning into more oak barrels, more ecological vinification, single vineyards, etc. This is the Blanc de Noir, on barrels, 5 years on Sully, and from what I heard, much better than it used to be. Third, completely new producer, same stuff. Same story, not same stuff, same story. Changing, new owners, much more determined into the natural way of vinification. Oak barrels, Premier Cru, Rilly-la-Montagne, Blanc de Noirs. You know the village which is mostly famous for Villemar, Laurenchamp, and his Chardonnay-driven non-malo oak fermented champagnes. He's the king there, and people are following him as much as they can. But he never did a Blanc de Noir, which Francois recompte is doing. So, perfect atmosphere for champagne hiking with Blanc de Noir. Starting with a Colombey-le-Sec Aube, Soret-Deveaux. Very pure, creamy, little bit gentle, perhaps not this punch that I expected, more a little bit ultra sophisticated modern way, not sticking out as something very special, but very polished. That's the word I'm searching for. Great harmony, nothing big, round, rich fruit, not so much terroir. Little bit beetrooty Pinot Noir notes, which are interesting for me. Red apples, very soft, very sweet apples, very rich, beautiful fruit, young, polished, not great, but made in a very nice way. Secondly, Charpentier. Let's see if the reputation is correct, the change into high quality wines. Yeah, much better than it used to be. Nice oak notes, but not too heavy, not that strong. Most of all, it's a walnutty complexity which strikes me as being the most special. There's a slight sesame spiciness to the champagne as well. I got some ensilage, some dried wheat, and Mirabelle plums at the same time, which is something completely different from the other side that I'm trying to express, but also this spicy oak note. Great fluffy richness, and in the middle there is like a javelin, very straight, very fresh, very energetic, almost nervous in the middle, but surrounded by some rich, soft, harmonic mouthfeel. Great development from a couple of years ago. Oh, I heard another sound that was very common. It's actually the ice cream man coming. So probably my kids are running away while Johan and me are here and tasting the Blanc de Noirs. Rilly Montagne. Yes, definitely terroir. More on the first nose, I will say more Rilly Montagne than Blanc de Noirs. Why do I say that? Well, because the fruit is having a hint of yellow flowers, which is always the case around Chenille Rose and the Rilly Montagne, La Montagne. And there is a vanilla note, a charming style, which is very much the same, even if you are using a Chardonnay or the Pinot Noirs from that village. But there is a spiciness, there is some meaty notes and some boiled vegetables, also some cabbage notes, which are typical for the grape as well. What a strange work I have. Sitting like this, drinking beautiful wines and enjoying and just looking for differences. They're standing in order. I think that the first one from Colombe Le Sec is less attractive than the other two. And the quality between those two are more a question of occasion. And if you're looking for pure pleasure, then I probably go for the one from Rilly La Montagne. But if I go where I normally am, and I am today, I will say a little bit of a sensation for me. I say that the Charpentier is my winner, at least here in this beautiful small canyon overlooking the treetops and listening to the orioles and the nightingales. Cheers.